Ice cream or cake? How about the best of both worlds with an ice cream cake? Using a delicious cake recipe and your favorite ice cream, you can create a show-stopping ice cream cake that everyone loves and for far cheaper and better than a store-bought one. So today on the Stay at Home Chef, I'm giving you a full guide on how to make an ice cream cake. It's actually pretty easy. It has 4 distinct layers. The center filling ingredients, the ice cream, and lastly, the frosting. The hardest part about making this is figuring out what your favorite cake and ice cream flavor are. My family and myself have a true love for all things chocolate and cookie dough, so this ice cream cake I'm going to make for you today is just that. To start, I recommend working on your ice cream layer first. What you will need for this step is the same size pan or even the same pan as what you're going to cook your cake with. I'm using a 9-inch cake round for this, but if you want to use different sizes or shapes, do whatever works for you. Once you've decided on what pan you're going to use, line it with plastic wrap, leaving extra on both sides. I usually use a piece that's about double the size of the pan. Go ahead and press that into place. Now grab the ice cream of your choosing and start scooping it into the pan until it's filled right below the rim. A couple of tricks that will help you during this part is to have that ice cream slightly melted. You want it pretty soft and moldable. And that 1.5 quart of ice cream from the store fits perfectly in a 9-inch cake round. To me, it's the perfect amount in this cake. Once all the ice cream's in there, you just need to simply smooth it out and press down so that there's no air bubbles, especially along those edges. Take the overlapping plastic wrap and fold it over the ice cream. And pop that ice cream layer into the freezer for at least 2 hours, but overnight is what I recommend. And that is our ice cream layer. So now let's get started on the cake layer. This layer is going to be our base for our ice cream cake, and it can be any flavor you want. This cake can be store-bought from a box mix, but what I recommend is from scratch from one of our most amazing cake recipes. The base layer I'm using today is Rachel's most amazing chocolate cake, and it's going to pair perfectly with that cookie dough. We've got our cake and our ice cream layer ready, so let's work on some frosting. Just like the cake, you can buy frosting from the store, but let me show you how easy it is to make an amazing whipped cream frosting at home. In a stand mixer, add in 3 cups of heavy whipping cream and 1 cup of powdered sugar, and then a little splash of vanilla, 1 teaspoon worth, and give that a whisk for about 3 minutes on high until stiff peaks form. And boom, just like that, you've got yourself a homemade whipped frosting that's way better than anything at the store. Then the last thing we need before we can start the assembly is that filling center ingredient. It's going to go between the cake layer and the ice cream layer, and I am using a safe-to-eat cookie dough. You can buy cookie dough from the store, or I got you covered if you want to make it at home. Check out the recipe card for that. But some other amazing fillings that you may want to try are like peanut butter or Oreos, a fudge filling, a caramel filling, whipped cream. The sky is the limit. Anything that you want for this cake. Now that I've got everything, let me show you how quickly you can assemble this cake. Start by taking your cooled cake and placing it on a cake round. I like using this cake round because it'll pop right into my freezer and fit perfectly. If you need to get a little bit of that frosting and place it in the center of that so it won't slide around, go ahead and do that. Next, you're going to put your filling ingredients right on top of your cake layer. Do it as thick as you want. Then grab your frozen solid ice cream layer and unwrap it from the plastic wrap and place it right on top of those filling ingredients. Now, working fast because your ice cream is going to start to melt, you're going to cover all sides of the cake with the frosting. If your cake is not melting, you can decorate it now, but what I like to do is pop my cake into the freezer for about an hour, then finish the decorating when it's nice and cold. Leave it in the freezer until you're ready to serve it up, and then you are ready to eat. Thanks for watching. You can find the full written how-to guide in the video description below. Be sure to check out thestayatHomeChef.com, where you can find hundreds of restaurant quality recipes you can easily make at home. We'll see you later.